Callina Jabari. Hey, congratulations on this new film, Bad Genius.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
As a Thai person myself, this is a darling of a film from our country, and I always wondered how they were going to Americanize this vision. But let's hear it from you first. Is what initially drew you to this project?
I mean, do you want to go first, or
No,
should
you, yeah, right.
Yeah, everything drew me to the project. I think I was when I first got the script, it was 2 a.m. in the morning. I was just gonna read a little bit and go to bed, but I literally could not stop reading the script because I was just so engrossed. And then I saw this quick trailer of the Thai movie, and then I saw the piano stuff, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is genius." And I just remember like reading the script, I'm like, "Who wrote this? Like, who came up with this? Because that is the real genius." So, I mean, everything. I don't think there's a movie like this out there, other than, of course, the original. And it is just so entertaining, so relatable. It's so real as well. These kids struggling at school in this very unjust educational system that expects a lot from them. They got their parents expecting a lot from them. And you see these kids who are very, very talented, very smart, handed these very enticing offers. And it's like, as a 16, 17-year-old, how can you say no? And then it's seeing them do that and coming out of it, everything. So yeah, I'm very excited about this movie.
Yeah, likewise, likewise.
Now,
I could say a little more. Sorry, I'm gonna say a little more. No. No, yeah, just as Kalina said, I mean, this is I'm very excited for people to watch this movie. It's very relatable. The pressures of being a teenager, like we can all understand. What happens right there. In high school, not only the pressures that you put on yourself, but that your family puts on you as well, and the school puts on you to kind of like be like this, like almost little bit of a model citizen at such a young age, and like have to know what you want. And so it's like the pressures of that. I feel like a lot of us can relate to, and I think this story, what drew me to this film was a story. It beautifully portrays that. You know.
so true. And as actors, because the beauty of this film is because it's the high stakes, the high anxiety, the high stress.
Hmm.
How do you both of you get into this mental state? I mean, what do you draw from to get, to portray that on screen?
Yeah, for me, it's physical. It's real physical. Get that heart rate up. What I mean, get the breaths into it, but also like get into a state of like this is either like this the fight or flight of it all. It's like everything could fall apart in this moment. Like I can go to jail in this moment. My mother can be deported in this moment. Like all these stakes are very, very, very high. I can be deported in this moment. The stakes are very, very high for Bank and Lynn in this situation. And I think like the dynamic of Bank and Lynn versus Pat and Grace is like it's so starkly different. And I think that's what's amazing about the story is like we talk about class. What I mean, we talk about the pressures of being in high school. So yeah, I think that right there, just having that in my mind, immediately I can tap into that mode. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it was very physical too. I think, in the beginning of every scene, I do a few breaths to kind of get into it, but also the writing helps. And also being in the moment, it reminds me of when I was in high school doing the test. And man, did I crap my pants. Like it was a scary moment. So yeah, I just because I'm in that setting and because I've been through it before, it was easy for me to kind of just tap into that. And also something that also helped me was like I kind of raised the stakes in my head for myself. It's like, okay, you're the actor. You can't mess up. You got 50 extras sitting around you. Look at everyone who's watching you, everyone who's on the clock, like the cameraman, the director, and you cannot mess up. And then that just pushes me over the edge to try and, portray as best as I can this
Yeah.
the high stakes. So that's what I did.
Double pressure.
Yeah,
The,
pressure.
this film is it's indeed is remarkable. Especially it's relatable of the fact that we all have, certain parents that are high pressure themselves for you to succeed because they care about you. How how was your parents supportive in the careers that you guys actually chose?
Yeah. Um, I mean, I've been blessed to have very supportive parents throughout my whole life. You know, it's so funny. I was actually just on the phone with my mom the other day, and she was just talking about. She was like, I always knew you'd be an actor," because she said, you know, because I have ADHD, and so she was like, "What is this boy gonna do?" Because I constantly got in trouble in school. And she's like, "He can't pay attention he can't focus on anything." And then when I started doing theater, she was like, "Oh, that's got to be it," because as soon as I saw that script, I was immediately focused. And so I think, yeah, I think it goes something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, my growing up, it was just me and my dad as well, and he was really hard on me ever since like first grade, 5 years old. He put me into boarding school. Like if I got below 97% on a test, it was like yeah, it was game over for me. So grew up with very high stakes. So I related to the pressure a lot of what Lynn felt in the film. And but I think it was around I think I was around 17 years old and I was like, okay, I want to try and pursue this. I was en route to go to med school. I had all of the grades. And my dad was like, you know what? I will let you try it. I'm going to give you a couple of years and see where you get. If you get nowhere, you're going back to med school. If you do get somewhere, I will support you. So luckily,
Yeah.
thank God, I got somewhere. And yeah, he's very supportive now. And I'm very grateful to have him.
I love those stories though. Those are the best. Like those are the best success stories. Like yeah, like my dad gave me 2 years. He was like, you know, it's like that time limit is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just kept extending it. I was like, just one more year. Just give me one.
I wanted something, I swear. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I mean that's terrific, especially the fact that you got this film under your belt. This must have been high stress for you, Kalina, for making this what your feature film lead debut.
Yeah, yeah, I was very stressed, very stressed, and it felt very unreal going into it. It was, yeah, but honestly, with the help of my co-stars, the director, the writing, it was a magical experience. I had the best time.
Well, this is a magical film. Thank you for both of you for speaking to us about Bad Genius because I don't know how many actors with the last name of Banks get to play a character named Bank
Right.
and
Right.
someone else who managed to read emails at 2 a.m. and read a whole script in the middle of the night.
True.
So thank you very much for speaking
Thank
to us
you
about Bad Genius. I can't wait to hear what both of you do next. Thank you.
Thank you.
so much.